Hello, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking in with me here at Bethany United Methodist Church in Berlin, Maryland. It's really great to be able to be before you today and sharing some wonderful things about the ministry of our church and what's happening in our church. It's been kind of an interesting past couple of weeks. Some of the folks have shared with me that God has really blessed their lives, can perform some miracles, provided for some things that they needed. And it's been kind of exciting to hear their stories. It's just exciting to see what God is doing here at Bethany. First of all, a couple of things. Number one, this weekend, Saturday, set your clocks ahead. Okay, spring forward. It's the time. Second thing is, I want to, and brace yourselves, I want to correct something that was spoken incorrectly. I was actually wrong last week in something I told you, and I know, but we're all entitled to one, okay? But when I told you about what was going to happen on Good Friday, as we were going to have a 6-hour opportunity to come to the church in your car and ride through the parking lot, stopping at each of the 7 last words, I said that you could find the order of worship for that devotional on the web. No, it will not be on the web. We will give it to you when you come. So Friday, on Good Friday, anytime between noon and 6, feel free to come and ride through and pray and think about the words Jesus said on the cross and just have a real journey through those 7 words. There's a lot going on, and we have it in my check-in notes and so forth. They are on the website at bethanyberlin.org. And I want to encourage you to go there because there's a lot of details about cool stuff that's happening. And I can't hit everything in our video here, but I want to be able to share with you some of the things that's happening. This coming Sunday, I'm going to be preaching on one of the fourth in our series of last words of Jesus from the cross. And this is where he commends his mother to the disciple whom he loved. And scholars believe that disciple whom he loved was John, who is the author of the Gospel of John. But here's the text. Here's what Scripture says. It is from John 19, verses 25 through 27. Standing by the cross of Jesus were his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing there, he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." And then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his home. You know, it's kind of interesting that a week before, on what we call Palm Sunday, when Jesus enters Jerusalem on a donkey, everybody's cheering. That the throngs come out, the streets are crowded. It's a mob of people just celebrating the coming of the King of Kings, the Messiah, the Anointed One. A week later, less than a week later, he's hanging on a cross, dying, and there are about 4 or 5 people right there at the end. It's kind of interesting that it was 4 women and 1 guy. You want to wonder where the women had the courage to show up. Not only fear because of going to visit a felon, as it were, but also with their emotional, and especially his mom, just watching your son go through that. Wow. And then 3 days later at the garden tomb, who are the first people at the tomb? It's the women. They show up. They have the faith. Where are the guys? They're hiding in fear behind locked doors. They don't know what's going on. But the women are very faithful. And Jesus' disciple whom he loves, probably John too is faithful. He's standing there with them and at the foot of the cross. Now, I cannot imagine what it was like for Mary to watch her son be brutalized, the victim of an unjust trial, to be nailed to a cross, to be having the sin of the world dumped on his shoulders on that cross. I cannot imagine what was going through her mind. I cannot imagine. They say that the worst emotional experience a human being can have is the loss of a child. And it's just absolutely horrible. But in the midst of this, his love for his mom was greater than his suffering. And he took time to be sure she was cared for. You see, in the time of Jesus, widows were really, really vulnerable people. They were at the bottom of the social ladder. And the law was that the youngest son would care for his mom when dad died. But here you have the oldest son. I'm sorry, the oldest son. The oldest son died, and before he died, he gave the care and concern for his mom to his dear friend John. He trusted John enough to entrust the care of his mom to him. And that has a lot to say about our lives today and about our families and so forth. And we're going to be looking at that Sunday as we explore this text. Now, some exciting things I said are happening at Bethany. And what I'm going to do is, in a moment, just turn the screen over to our ministry's facilitator, Megan Cook. And she's going to talk about something really cool that we're going to be doing with our kids for Easter that you can be a part of. And so, Megan, if you are ready to come, I'll get out of the way here and stand 6 foot away.
Family Fellowship meets weekly on Wednesdays, and we've been also going through the 7 last words of Jesus with the children. Right now, we have 4 families attending regularly, with a total of 10 children. So it's very, very exciting. There's lots of energy. The kids are just wonderful, and it's great to watch them grow in their faith and to learn more about them in their personal lives as well. So as we're approaching Easter, we are going to do something a little different. We normally have an egg hunt on the front lawn on Easter Sunday following worship, but this year we're going to celebrate our Easter during Family Fellowship during the week. And I'm looking for some helpers to help with that celebration. So since we have 10 children, I'm actually looking for 10 bucket fillers. And by bucket, I mean an Easter bucket. So I have 10 Easter buckets just like this, ready to be filled with some special items for the kids. And our kids' ages range from 1 year to 13 years. So they're kids, they love everything. And I have some things to show you to give you some ideas. I went to that store that we have in town here where you can actually get 10 items for $10. You probably know which store that is. And they have candy. They have footballs. They have, oh, this is for me, sorry. They have headbands. They have, oh, these bouncy balls. I would show you this, but I might do some damage in here. This great little bouncy ball that lights up. Sidewalk chalk. I've got a flowing disc. Oh my goodness, I know some of them would love this little monkey. This is a great game we enjoyed playing before here, and the kids all like to play this game. Every parent's favorite, glitter slime. If you would like to be a bucket filler for Easter for our children, email the church or call the church. Leave your name and number, and I will call you back so that we can work out the details of who you might be filling a bucket for. If you prefer to go shopping for these items yourself, I would encourage that, and you could go to that store that you could get 10 things for $10 or any other store. If you are not someone who likes to go shopping, but you would still like to participate, you could call or email that you'd like to make a donation towards the bucket, the items that go in the bucket. Or perhaps you want to partner up with somebody and work together to fill a bucket. There's all sorts of ways that you can be involved in this children's ministry. So I encourage you to pray about it and call or email as soon as possible so that we can get all these buckets accounted for and start filling them up. We will need the items or the bucket filled by Easter Sunday. And we will be having our celebration that following week as we meet for family fellowship. So thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a blessed day.
We have other things going on that are exciting for us, and I just want to lift them up to you. And hang on one moment because I've lost my camera. There it is. I'm sorry. I'll try to edit this out if I can. If I can't, well, there'll be a pause. Anyway, lots of cool stuff happening. Now, I really want to remind you all to go to the website and check out what's going on. Check out our schedule, our calendar events, especially for Holy Week. We have a lot of special things happening with Monday, Thursday, Palm Sunday, and then on Easter. And we are planning, weather permitting, Easter sunrise at the Assateague State Park, like we do at Bethany every year. And that'll be at 6:30 on Easter Sunday morning. The other information you'll find on the website, you'll find it in the bulletin for Sunday. A lot of exciting things happening, and I just want to lift up all the great things that God is doing here at Bethany, and so many people are a part of it, and it's just a fun time. And just one last word for those folks who, as the weather's getting nice, you'd like to go out and get out, and you're not comfortable yet going into church and being around a group of people or anything. That's okay. You can drive to Bethany and listen to the service on our FM channel. It is 93.9. It's for basically our church property, and that's it. And you're more than welcome to come and to be here at church and listen to the service that way. The other information, like I said, is on the website, and I just wish you all God bless. And I pray God's health and safety for those of you who are still waiting for vaccine, either number 1 or 2. I pray that the door of opportunity opens for you, and you can take care of that. So I wish you God's very best, and may you always be aware of the presence of Christ, because God loves you, and He loves you so dearly. Goodbye.